Hey guys, what's up? In this video, I will be talking about the spiritual practice of silence and solitude. One of my favorite things to do is to be out in nature. My experience out in nature helped me to notice the constant noise around me. One of the most unforgettable encounters with silence was at a national forest I visited. There was a stillness all around me, not a noise to be heard, just quiet. My phone was out of service and there was no distractions around me. I was so in awe of God's creation as I stared at the stars in the sky. Till this day, I think it was the quietest place I've ever been to. My encounter with God in the midst of silence made me long for more intentional times of silence and solitude. How could a practice like silence and solitude be transformative in our walks with Jesus? When we talk about practicing the spiritual discipline of silence and solitude, here is what we mean. Silence is choosing to quiet all distractions and noise that add to our lives. Solitude is choosing to spend time apart from others and to spend it with Jesus. Silence and solitude allows for a time of reflection with God. It is a special time to allow Him to speak to us. While God can and does speak to us through the noise, it is an opportunity to have a distraction-free encounter with our Creator. It's a practice that helps us to learn how to listen to God when He speaks to us. Silence and solitude is a spiritual discipline that Jesus also practiced. In Luke 5, verse 16, it says, "But He would withdraw to desolate places and pray." In the midst of His ministry, Jesus was intentional about spending time alone. He would spend time in community, but He would also spend one-on-one time with His Father. Here are some questions to ask yourself before implementing this practice. How does being alone or in total silence make you feel? What do you normally do when this happens? What tends to pop into your head when you are alone? How do we begin practicing silence and solitude? We can first start by becoming aware of the noise around us. We might begin to notice that some of the places we thought were quiet actually distract you from connecting with Jesus. Once you become aware of the noise around you, find a quiet place. Set up a time for silence and solitude and set your phone to the side. While we all can't pack our bags and go to the national forest, we can still find quiet places. One thing I'm going to do that I invite you to try with me is I'm going to set my phone aside. I'm going to go in my closet, in my room, sit crisscross applesauce, open my hands in the posture of worship, and start talking to God about my day. I'm going to talk to Him about anything that is on my heart, the hard things and the things that gave me joy during my day. I'm going to stay silent, and when my mind wanders, I'm going to focus back on worshiping God and listening for His still small voice. It's okay to start small or for a short period of time. It's a spiritual practice, so it takes time to develop this habit. When we spend time with Jesus, it's comforting to know that we don't have to say a word and just be. God meets us there with His grace and can speak to us in the midst of silence.